who I hear is a beluga. I'm told there's a beluga in this chat, and I'm looking forward to that beluga running one of my personal favorite games, Mega Man X4. So, Flennils, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Well, hello there, everybody. My name is Flennils, but you can just call me Flen, and I'm here running Mega Man X4. Yes, indeed, I am a beluga whale. Yo, nice to meet you. And joining me today are my lovely commentators, Dante, world record holder for pretty much, he dominated the entire leaderboards. Introduce yourself, Dante.
Yo, what up? Yeah, like I'm Dante. uh, like my runner name is Wave or SC Wave, by the way. But people usually just call me Dante, so I'll go by that.
And also here is Tempest Mask.
Hello, friends and fellow gamers. I'm happy to be here for you all today. I also run this game. I'm a little more of a newbie, but I'm definitely a lot more versed in the X categories, and I'm always happy to join Flen for a run.
Yeah, so let's not waste any time getting here in this character select. The timer will start once I select my character, which in this case will be X. We'll be running X 100%, so we're going to be getting everything, and that's going to be really fun. So let's start the countdown on 3. So 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so starting things off, Mega Man X4 is the first of the PlayStation 1 trilogy games, and as a result, there are quite a few things that are going to be different with this game as compared to the Super Nintendo, as most people would know. The first thing we got to talk about is the momentum. So dashing works a little differently, where if X dashes on the ground, there's a bit of a startup period. And as a result, Flen wants to hold the dash button instead, because as you're noticing right now, X can carry that momentum into a simple jump. Just that. You might be familiar with the mechanic who played the Mega Man there too. And basically, if we put standing grounded dashes, that startup input is just going to waste more time as it adds up. But for now, we're in the Sky Lagoon. And fun fact, if you play the Zero campaign, it's a very different game. It's pretty cool. Also, that's Dragoon. He seems like a cool guy and all. He might be a little sus. And
that's
also
basically it. If you dash on the ground constantly, you basically just lose time. So that's why you hold dash and just jump.
Right. So, Flen is going to but as the name implies, we're going to be collecting all upgrade
And so right there, like you saw Flen dash off of a platform. That's specifically set up so you can manipulate the intro boss. So this guy will usually flinch at the very first hit, but if you dash off of that platform and if it works correctly, your movement will make it so that very first shot makes the boss not flinch. And if he doesn't flinch, you have a chance. Now he got bad RNG, but if he doesn't flinch, you have a chance at killing him before he flies off screen. So, but that's the manipulation works only for like the first shot, and after that it's based on your positioning plus RNG. So it's kind of a half manipulation.
I just want to go out and say that it is probably my favorite of the Mega Man intro bosses like ever, and an amazing boss theme too. But yeah. After having taken care of that, we meet Colonel. He is the colonel of a Reploid army called the Repliforce. And unfortunately, it's like the Sky Lagoon incident is end on them. They claim innocent, but they will not stand down, so as a result, they have now declared war on us, Maverick Hunters. And so we gotta go ahead and show them what for. So, 100% route. We're gonna go ahead and start things off. Well, the guy that we just saw earlier, Magma Dragoon, who he betrayed the irregular hunters, and now we gotta go ahead and also a regular hunter that's actually just Maverick Hunter but untranslated. That's happening.
Yeah.
Tempest, I might add that your audio is kind of crunchy.
Yeah.
Crunchy.
Yeah. It's like cutting a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not much I can do about that.
Yeah, so Dragoon. Casually, you may think this is like a pretty hard boss. On the speedrun, not so much, because he has like a lot of patterns, but you can practice and react to like everything he does. The stage is pretty straightforward. your charge shots will destroy those falling meteors, so you can just go straight. You can't destroy those ones with one charge, so you just damage boost and go through. The second stage is more or less the same. Just those falling things, you can destroy them with a buster. So you use it here, so you can make this entire section now stop. And we have a heart right here. We're gonna skip it because in 100% you are required to do at least one revisit. So it is faster to get it that heart and the armor piece when you are in the revisit instead of getting them now, which you only can actually get the heart. You can't get the armor piece. And we're already in Dragoon. Well, nice stage.
Nice stage.
Nice things about Dragoon is that you can bring the ride armor into the fight, but you opt to not do because it's a little bit slow.
Yeah, it's like extremely slower because, well, I think it does also 2 damage per hit, like your green shots. But yeah, there's also like a lot of hit lag. Okay, so Dragoon. This is, I believe, the only boss we do with only green shots because every other boss has like a second of iframes. Dragoon only has like half a second. So the green shots does 2 damage, the charge 3. So you just get more DPS by using the green shots.
It was unfortunate that I missed the fully charged shot.
Yeah.
But okay.
Whenever we get the weapon grab screen, press start or any kind of button that'll skip the weapon and the voice clip saying, "You got Rising Fire." And the reason is, well, again, just saves a little bit.
Yeah, so like I said, after every boss you get a weapon, you get to skip it. If you don't mash, you can't skip it, and then you just eat the entire animation. Now, but Spider is a pretty, I'd say it's pretty fun stage. Actually, pretty hard also, especially like the second half. But here we have the boots upgrade, which are useful and also like your worst detriment in this run. They're like a double-edged sword, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see them later, probably cause some mayhem. Oh yeah, Tempest, we are not like hearing you at all. Yeah, it just keeps cutting like entirely. So don't worry, I'll try to keep up with the commentary for now if you can get it fixed. So,
we got leg upgrade.
See, we got the leg upgrade. This climb is awesome. You can actually, yeah, nice, make it completely full, no stop. If you position yourself in a very specific way, you spawn those enemies in very specific ways, so they shoot at specific timings, and you can make that climb like no stop. Now this second part is, yeah, it's a little bit more tight, I'd say. Like, yeah, because of stuff like that, there's very tight spaces where you have to jump, like close corners and stuff. It's also really fun. You can destroy those things with only one charge shot, which is awesome. We're coming up on a heart, which this is kind of like why, I'll explain it on Owl, but you need fire to get that heart, like it's necessary. And then we just fire here to make a shortcut and then go. Then damage boost and just keep going.
I would just hope that Spider won't troll.
Yeah, so Spider is a pretty, the boss is simple, but the thing is, he has a little bit of RNG, and that RNG is very obnoxious. He can basically spawn in any spot in this next stage. He can, you know, we want to shoot him when he's up like this, when he's off screen. He can spawn directly on top of you, and he can also do that, like the fast drop, come down and then go up immediately. That's bad because we want to get 3 shots per drop, so we push him to the second phase, like right now, in only 3 cycles. But with a fast drop, we need to wait another cycle.
So it was
phase
a little
2,
bit of a troll.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. Damage boost of the babies, and yeah, you damage boost off the babies so you can like get iframes in case he shoots a web. because the web grabs you for like 2 seconds. But yeah, he can spawn like directly on top of you when you want to shoot him off screen, and then he'll just damage you and you lose the shot. Now we got lightning web, sorry. Now lightning web and fire are like the prime weapons for movement in this game. Specifically charge fire. Like we use that once we get it, I think we use it on almost every stage. So that's one of the reasons we go Dragoon first, because his weapon is very useful. But now the other reason is because the 100% route is like stuck in limbo, where you need one weapon to get another thing in another stage. Okay, so this first part of the stage is what we just ride the mech and then just obliterate everything. The mech's pretty simple to control. It's kind of janky for some reason sometimes.
Sometimes.
But yeah, sometimes it can just like do nothing because it doesn't want to. You can actually also softlock there at the very end.
You get soft block?
Yeah.
That never happened to me.
Well, yeah, it can happen. Okay, so let's see. Nice. And nice, okay. So, nice, that's the spike escape. There's different ways to do it. That's a very fast one. And now we have the gauntlets. Okay, so we take the stock shot, which lets you charge 4 shots instead of the big one, because it's faster for both movement, oh yeah, and charge fire, and then okay. So the stock shot, because yes, it is like weaker on smaller enemies, but for bosses, each one of these shots deals the same damage as the big charge shot that the other buster gives you. So you get more DPS and more optimal charge time, because you get like 4 shots, and worst case scenario you get 2. And each one does 3 damage. Now Owl, this guy is the biggest reset point in the run, especially for more when you have like a good time. This guy will just mess your run, your pace. Because the thing is, everything you're seeing is 100% RNG.
Completely random.
Yeah, completely random. If he appears on top, at the bottom, what pattern he does, how many laps he does, if he goes off screen like that, yeah.
Got him off screen, let's get him.
Yeah, absolutely everything that just happened is out of your control. So, ideally he dies super fast, but sometimes you get patterns like this one, where he just goes up, down, left, right, up, down, and you just cannot like predict where he will be. Oh yeah, but the weapons thing. You need fire for Web Spider, but you need Web Spider for Owl, but you need the gauntlets in Owl to get the armor piece on Dragoon. So there's like, you need one of those 3 stages be done before the others, so you can get everything. So that's why we're kind of stuck in the Hondo route. Now Walrus is also another, the second part specifically, that's extremely difficult. So in the first half we have, like you saw there, like on the slope, ice physics. So you want to dash on, nice despawn, and nice ice skip. Yeah, there's an enemy that's supposed to spawn down there, but you can skip it. And in the slopes, oh yeah, if you didn't see it, he got a heart.
There was a heart there that you needed fire to get.
Yeah. There's so much stuff happening. There's the X-Tank, which is completely useless for the speed run.
But it's 100%, so we gotta get it.
Yep.
Hey,
now let's see the fast fall. Nice.
Another boss then.
Yeah, another 100% RNG. Like you have no control over this guy. And yay.
And yeah, he closed off.
And yay.
Wow.
Yay, oh my god. Yeah, that's like one of the worst RNGs you can get. So yeah,
I hate this
that's
thing so
fun.
much.
Oh yeah,
Ice block.
ice blocks. Yeah, these are pretty hard. If you go bottom, it's like safe, quote unquote, because it's kind of the same. But like after this little section is done, we have like what we call the gauntlet, and that's fun. Yeah, fire one.
Of
Yeah,
course.
go ahead.
Yes.
How does this sound, by the way?
It's something better, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see how it goes. Feel free to catch me in case it happens again.
I
But yeah, one thing
Okay,
we're gonna uncollect here is weapon tank. Basically a sub tank, but for weapon energy. And the nice thing is that our powerful would-be Huddo, but not quite Huddo, is capable of recharging not just by damage that Flen takes, but also through weapon drops as well. So that'll be helpful too, because the weapon tank can also recover things for that said technique, which we'll see soon. Not quite now though.
For now, Walrus.
Yeah, Walrus is a scripted fight. You start with a buster, then a charge, and then just fire. You can get an iframe reset if you time your shots correctly, and that's the fight. There's actually a newer fight, which saves like a second, I think, second and a half. It's slightly different.
But it's really hard.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. But yeah, since this boss has no RNG, unlike the mini boss, screw that hand. Yeah, it's completely scripted and usually goes correct if you time your shots correctly. Now Chronal, Papa Chronal.
The Colonel intermission.
Yeah, one unfortunate thing is that X has to fight Colonel after 4 Mavericks. 0 does not because it's an anime cutscene instead, so yeah.
Yeah, so this guy is also pretty easy and also 100% RNG. Oh,
I missed.
nice. Nice.
Nice miss.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so that's like the bad RNG where he just keeps teleporting and you want him to stay in place like that, so you can drop ice and then you can charge. So you have more. Well, usually you charge ice, then you drop ice in a very specific timing. They charge, and that'll hit him 3 times because you can his iframes reset when he changes stances.
But
So
I feel
ideally
safer. I feel safer
yeah.
trying to just buster on him.
No, yeah, it's like that's safer because you can pretty easily run out of ice in that fight. But yeah, ideally you drop charge ice in a very specific way, so the falling ice will hit him 3 times.
In comparison to the any % route, we do not usually go for Frost Walrus, which means we have to fight him with the Buster and the Nova Strike. One of the benefits is that by the time we get to Colonel and any % for X, we already have the body armor, which therefore gives the Nova Strike, which Flen will be getting on the revisit through Magma Dragoon.
Yeah, now we are in the quote-unquote auto-scroller stage, because the thing is, yes, it is an auto-scroller, but you can make it go faster. By air dashing.
You can go faster. And it's speed up a little bit. And this stage is anxiety incarnate for me.
Yeah, the thing about the bike is that after you land, there's like a period of time where you can't do inputs. So it's very common for the bike to eat your inputs because you press them too early and you just fall into a pit in the first half. The second half is usually more safe, like this, because there's like no pit.
That said, Jet Stingray himself will try to be a bit of a pest. You can damage him, and it is possible to get him out of the way, but unfortunately this does not transfer over to his boss health once we get to the actual fight.
Yeah, and up there Flen got an E-tank, so you know what they do in every other X game, even the classics E-tanks.
It is worth
close.
Sub-tank in X4 is a little more forgiving in that you don't have to be at full health to fill it up with the health pickups you get. It will fill up, even if just like a bit slightly, from just about any kind of health pickup. Oddly enough, though, the maxed health pickup, which there was one right by the door earlier, that does not entirely fill it up, unlike most other games. It's just a piece of the tank.
Okay, that depends. The amount of the full like the max pickup health that will refill your Nova depends on your health. So if you have max health with X and you grab that, it will actually refill the entirety of your Nova, and I think a bigger portion of the tank. I know about the Nova, I'm not sure about the tank now that I think about it. But it will like fully refill your Nova if you're like max health.
By the way, yeah, I was gonna. Ray is known for screaming. He'll decide whether to do attacks or just immediately go to his phase.
Yeah, and we use the Buster because Ice is extremely slow, like very slow, but like multiple seconds.
This is probably one of the Mavericks we just don't bother with the weakness at all, unless it's like the final hit.
Yeah. There is some frame perfect stuff you can do on Stingray, so you double hit him with Ice, but that's like task stuff. Now this stage, if you know like the frame rules from Super Mario, they're kinda the same, because this stage will, at the end of the train, there will be a mini boss, and when you transition to the second half of the stage, it's determined by cycles of 3 seconds. So the stage only finishes every 3 seconds. So you wanna move pretty fast so you can get the cycle, but there's a pretty decent room for mistakes to where you can still make the fastest cycle. So I think the stage was pretty good. I think the cycles there, you can tell by music cues what cycle you got, but yeah, he got it.
I'm surprised at how clean I got it. It usually doesn't go
like...
this way. It didn't go this way usually in my practices.
Yeah, no, that's just not easy to get whatsoever.
Yeah, now the second half, now at the half point of the stage, this train will stop, and there's like the same concept. The train stops every 2.5 seconds of cycles, I believe. So there's also like a decent amount of window for mistakes to get like faster cycles. And this stage is probably one of the hardest. That was pretty clean. And Flynn got a good cycle, so that's nice. It was actually a nice second half.
Absolutely. Oh, fun fact, you can use the ride armor to destroy the train cars, but there's a bit of flashing involved, so we kind of try not to.
Yeah, and also it ends up being slower because you actually lose a cycle by getting in the mech.
Now that I think about it, how come the Repel Force ride armors don't destroy the train cars, but ours does?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
We technically stole them from them, so since it's their train.
Yeah, it's true.
This is pretty simple. Just one charge and then a small one and then charge another. You can do that like you can do that 4 times and that'll skip 1 hit, because bosses have 48 health. Charge deals 5 to Beast, and normal does 4, and here you have 48 health. So by using 4 charges, you're skipping on 1 small shot. Just a little bit of a time save, free time save really.
Slash Beast is also pretty interesting in that when you hit him with the Ground Hunter for the first time, you'll notice that his toe claws break, and this actually prevents him from using one of his twin slasher attacks. I think he can still do the low hanging wave, which you would normally dodge on the ground by doing a dash, but other than that, it's a really nice little throwback to how Boomer Kawanger's Boomerang Cutter can cut off Flame Mammoth's trunk or launch Octopus's tentacles.
And now we're in the part where we said like the revisit, because we didn't have what we needed to get the armor piece. There is a glitch where you can fly to the armor piece, which I will not talk about, but yes, it exists and we know about it. But yeah, the stage is practically the same.
You don't mind if I jump in for a donation while we do the revisit then?
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead.
This has been wild to watch. I have not watched an X4 speedrun yet. I've been trying to learn Triple M, but I started at the beginning, so I haven't gotten to X4 yet. But it's incredible how much I died to all of these bosses as a child. And you're like, yeah, this one's easy, this one's easy, this one's easy. I'm like, yeah, sure. Easy's one word for it. We do have a $20 donation from Aurora Brightscale that says, "Pet the melon." I see a lot of that in chat. I get the sense that it's something Flen related.
Because the squishy head of a beluga is called the melon.
Oh,
So you,
that's adorable.
so you say pet the melon.
That's
Wow.
adorable. You learn something every day.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Happy.
Okay, so now in the revisit we got the armor piece, which we will be seeing now in the mini boss. Hopefully, hopefully we see it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I'll explain it when we get there, because now we have a little staircase, but then there is a climb, and the climb is like one of the hardest thing in the game. And this staircase out of full of enemies, you can like damage boost, you can kill them, doesn't really matter because the chest piece for most enemies will, on top of decreasing the damage, will decrease the knockback for most enemies, so you can just like damage boost throughout it. And
A lot of use of the charged rising fire.
yeah. Okay, nice climb.
Good stuff.
And here we go, and nice. Okay, so yeah, nothing to see here. No.
What's that thing?
Yeah, we're just gonna go to the second half and yeah, be done with it. Okay, so to explain, Nova is basically a super fast dash that deals damage. If you use Rising Fire to gain height and then you do Nova, you get enough height and horizontal speed to get over the trigger that locks the camera in the mini boss, so you can completely skip it. And it is as simple as charge Nova and then just spam like R2. Also, you got a heart back there. You can also do it with web, which is like the new method that a few of us have been doing because it is slightly faster, not by much. But yeah, you can also do like web and Nova. And yeah, this is like, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna bring up that it's worth mentioning with the staircase sections that if you were to somehow be able to constantly Nova against the stairs, it's actually much faster that way. It goes really fast. And the only category
it actually
is the ultimate armor category, which does, the ultimate armor was introduced within this game, but similar to Mega Man X6, you can only activate it by way of a code.
Dante, Dante, you're gonna be disappointed at me, but I'll just be doing the safe mushroom strategy. That other one is really hard.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I know. Go ahead. So there's two. Oh yeah, we skipped the elevator by using fire again. Okay, so there's two fights for this guy. This is one of them, and that was Nova, where you just use his weakness and the boss is like a complete joke. And yeah, this is like very easy, barely loses time, because there is a faster fight that involves using charge shots, Nova, and the webs. So it's a much more complicated fight, and it saves like 2.5 seconds, I think. So it's not really something too worth, because if you mess it up, you can very much like lose your run if you're on a decent pace. Or in a marathon, if you're like low health, you can go south real quick.
A thing that we should probably mention about version differences, though, with X4 is that playing on the English version of Mega Man X4 is actually faster than the Japanese version. The reason why is boss dialogue. X4 in the English version cuts out dialogue that did not involve an English voice actor. So if it were the Rockman X4, the Mavericks would actually have something to say before the health starts to fill up. You saw this with Colonel. and that's because he actually has dub lines. So overall, it's generally faster to run X4, the English version, because with that removed, it saves a bit more time and it leaves things less to dialogue RNG, which, yes, that is indeed a thing.
Yeah, it actually is. And I think the English version is like 30 seconds faster than the Japanese because of that. Just like in voice lines.
Yeah, I can believe that. More files, you know, more lag. Kind of works that way.
This stage is kind of like the speedrun stage. There's like ratings B, A, and S. If you get an S, you get your collectibles. If you get an A, you just pass without nothing. And if you get B, you have to redo this stage. But yeah, this is basically the speedrun stage, which is Nova, nice. When you use Nova, you get a little bit of more height, so you can skip a ladder that's right there. And we got a heart, an E-tank, and now the helmet, which it's funny because the helmet pretty much makes the W tank useless for the most part.
Yeah. Unlimited energy for uncharged weapons.
Yeah. So it's like one of the best upgrades.
I know your world record, though, for any percent at least skips that. Why?
It's not really worth the animation because if you time if you know like the ammo consumption and where you use stuff, you usually never run out of ammo, except for like bad RNG on Sigma and stuff.
Yeah. Any percent for X, when done optimally, is basically about weapon ammo management, which, yeah, it's not the worst thing, but it's certainly a thing to mention.
Wow.
Oh yeah, in the second,
Peacock stage went really smoothly.
Yeah, I was gonna say the second half just flew by. It was basically those buttons that turned the stage upside down, and you had to play with that. But yeah, it was too fast. Now, Peacock is interesting. He has 3 patterns, and we cannot manipulate the pattern, but we can manipulate where he will spawn with each pattern, which is why Flynn is standing in the middle. So by standing in the middle, if he spawns at top of him, he knows he needs to despawn him. If he spawns on the right, he knows he can buster and then despawn him. And then he spawns on the top left, he can unload busters and also Nova. So yeah, that's complete RNG. We can only manipulate where he will spawn when he does a pattern, not the pattern itself. Was overall kind of below average RNG, honestly. He spawned on top a lot.
Yeah, Peacock is usually not nice. He's the real internet troll here.
Yeah, so the worst enemies in this game are birds, like Peacock and Owl.
Birds are jerks in video games, and this very much applies in X4.
Very true.
We're off final stages.
Yeah,
It's 4 and
replicas.
So arguably there are 3 stages, but there's technically 4. It's a little bit of whiplash here, but you're also going to see that these final levels are very short in terms of length, just getting all the way over to the boss. And Spaceport is probably one of the fastest levels of any X late game that you can just about finish. I'd probably say it's akin to the first level of a late game stage in a Gunvolt game, for that matter. But it's mainly just about getting through the platforming, try to be mindful of the enemies, just take care of them. You saw Flen using Twin Slasher. We had a little lightning web action to get up there. And yeah, no, it's Colonel Round 2 at the end of this level. How do you think we're going to handle this guy now?
We'll see.
Nice. So if you didn't see there, if you start the fight with Ice and then Nova at a certain timing, you can get a double and even a triple hit Nova. And Flynn just got a double. The triple hit's pretty much RNG. In theory it isn't, but in practice it's very much RNG. But yeah, again, the fight is pretty much the same. Now Colonel has more patterns and it's faster. But the idea is basically the same as the the normal fight, where you saw Flen use charge ice as well. And now the shortest stage, like every X game ever. It's like 1, 2, 3 damage boost, Nova, and we're at the boss. Yep,
Dante,
that's it.
that guy. Who was he anyway?
The what?
Oh, hi, Double.
Because the mic cut off a little bit.
I was gonna say that guy Double. Yeah. Shame.
Oh, yeah.
Double agent.
Yeah. No one knew. I was actually surprised when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'd believe that. I'd believe that. Sadly, I never grew up with this game, but like, it's so famous.
Yeah. Okay, so about that boss, we only use his weakness because the weakness does 5 damage, but when you hit him with the weakness, he also spawns a lot of mini things that will attack you. And Double deals a lot of damage, so ideally you take damage from the things he throws at you instead of him, so you can damage him optimally. Oh, nice climb. But if you take a lot of damage, you can very easily die to Double, like a very common occurrence.
Glenn, if General says the line, let me know.
Oh. Yeah,
Unfortunate.
that's actually another thing that's pretty common. Like dying there is just like happens to every runner that plays X4.
And I practice. I try to practice.
The thing is, when you get hit in that mech and you're dashing, you still get like pushed back quite a bit. So it's very easy to fall because there's all those pits in that section.
And it can be a pain to try and get out of the mech. You normally have to hold up and the jump button, but sometimes it won't immediately do it.
Yeah.
It was our destiny to fight.
Okay, so yeah. He didn't say it, no choice.
Oh, I love that line. Dang it. Run is cursed. Just joking, though.
Okay, so general hitbox is pretty janky. You have to hit him. So we use charge, twin slasher, but you have to hit him with like the top edge of the charge twin, or else it won't hit. It's extremely weird. His hitbox is so janky.
You gotta hit him in his tiny little head.
Yeah. And like at an angle, because if not, you won't damage him, which is just dumb. But yeah, the use of Flame like climb the hands. That's like a fight that's if you don't miss any shot with, of course, hitbox, haha. It's, I think ties the fastest fight, so it's a good RNG. And now we're in the boss fight, and I will shut up until this is done. Good luck, Flame.
Thank you. I'm gonna do something really dangerous. Don't try this at home. Whew. Okay. Nice.
Woo! Nice. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Spider can be so daunting. I always sweat whenever I get to this part.
yeah, okay, so there's a few things going on there. First, you can soft lock, which of course that's always fun. But now, in order to get that quick kill, you have to hit Spider before he leaves the screen. And when he's off screen, he will not have iframes if you hit him before he left. So, since he doesn't have iframes, you can Nova and insta-kill him. The thing is, there's RNG involved because if he spawns in a bad spot, you cannot kill him. And you have no control over it. So that's why I just shut up, just the commentator's curse.
Yeah, no. It can very much happen, but the one thing you can control with his location is if you
I'm just sure that I have Nova. Cool.
his
Okay,
little
characters didn't have Nova because we're gonna have another quick kill. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Behave, Owl. I'm watching you.
Yeah, at least this one has like a very consistent setup, just the timing can be a little weird. Okay, good enough. Yeah, good enough.
That's good enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like a safe way to get it. Just shoot 2 busters. The more optimal is just 1, but there is a chance you can like not get it full. So with the 2 busters, you basically guarantee it. So yeah, that's kind of the same concept as Spider. After you use the weakness on Owl, there's a period of time where you can use Nova and he doesn't have iframes. Warlord's fight is completely identical to the usual fight. Again, there is another faster fight, but it's also like pretty hard to do. Very tight timing.
I'd say it's gonna be nothing really special going on for a while. So if we have any donations, now's a good time to read them.
Yeah.
We can absolutely do that. Just an update on what's going on with our bid war. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine has pulled ahead with an impressive lead at $148 to just $25 for Kirby's Avalanche. But not all hope is lost. We do still have the rest of this run for you, Kirby's Avalanche enjoyers, to get back out ahead. So if anyone wants to snipe that or help donate toward the cause for the Kirby's Avalanche enjoyers, there is a little bit of time left to do that. Get some of those in.
Yeah, remind me again, that's right after this, right?
Yep, that is right after this. And those are both puzzle games, just in different universes.
Right, both being spin-offs of the Puyo Puyo series, which, by the way, big shout out to the runner. They're just super talented with those games.
Yeah, those are not easy games to finish consistently.
Yeah, like it's not much going on really. Like, every single fight now until Peacock is like exactly the same. The only difference with Peacock will be that we don't have Nova. That's like the only difference. But like Stingray will be the same, so...
I sometimes like to do a different boss pattern just to make sure I have Nova. Either that or I'm always getting damaged anyway because I'm just a little bit reckless.
Yeah.
If I'm reckless on Peacock, I usually die.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I died in one of PvPs like last week.
Anybody.
Yeah, now we're fighting in Mountain Dew. I think that's the
Wow,
drink.
he's really
Oh,
angry
yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's like the RNG factor of this guy. There is a slightly different but harder fight you can do, which minimizes RNG, but this is, even with that, this is bad RNG. Ideally you want him to shoot those little saplings like every time.
But usually it doesn't happen a whole lot.
Yeah, technically the best pattern is 2 little saplings and then 1 dive, and you get like just enough damage to kill him, because when he's yellow health he can go off screen and disappear for like 2 or 3 seconds and then come back, which loses of course that time. And Peacock is exactly the same. You just stand in the middle and see where he spawns, and then you decide what to do based on that.
Fun fact about Peacock, he's one of 3 of the Mavericks that if you look closely at the health bar, you'll notice the icon is different from the others, where there's the Repliforce icon for the other 5, but then for those 3, it's the Maverick symbol. What could that mean?
What could it possibly mean?
I've never seen that symbol before.
I mean, it can't possibly be Sigma. Dr. Doppler killed him, and then we had to kill him again in Lagoose Island.
Oh, but I don't know. I wonder what. Oh my God, it's Sigma.
Oh, come on!
Shock face.
To be
Get your
fair,
shock faces in chat. Get your Monka stare in chat, guys.
yeah, no, that intro cutscene that Flenn skipped at the very beginning of the run, Sigma already shows up in it. This game does not.
Prepare to become
Yeah.
space
Okay,
dust.
so don't blink because this boss will die pretty fast. Hopefully. And yeah, there we go.
Are you
So
ready for?
he's programmed to disappear when you fire, but if you charge fire, he just doesn't. Ah, shame. Okay,
Whatever
so,
you-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Scythe hit the floor. You want the scythe to hit the wall. The floor, he doesn't
Yeah.
attack very hard to dodge, and it is super annoying.
Yeah. Also, you saw Flenn to take damage on Sigma. That's on purpose, because you wanna make sure you have Nova for this fight, in case you get bad RNG, or if you wanna go for this fastest possible fight, you just wanna guarantee you have Nova, because sometimes, funny enough, if you get good enough RNG, you will not have Nova ready for some sections. So that damage is to guarantee you have Nova. Because then this guy is, yeah, again, 100% RNG out of your control.
And as we move into the final Sigma phase of the game, there are two different looks for him. There's the
And
gunner.
that's not
I got the
that's
ended.
just-
Yay.
Yeah, that's bad luck.
That's what we don't want to see, yeah. The end, or Owadida, he's very fast and then disappears. We want him to stay for as long as we possibly can to damage him and just get that phase out of the way.
Yeah.
The Earth Sigma, though, the ugly head one, that sadly does not make things any easier. Like, you have to at least face him twice.
Yeah. But yeah, if you get the end from the big Sigma, that's just bad RNG. You have like nothing to do about it. And nice. And this guy will usually die in 3 cycles. There's not much you can do. You can kill him in 2, but it's pretty tight and hard in RNG.
But there you go. That was Sigma. Time is coming up really shortly.
Yeah. Time is when we meet Colonel. As soon as we lose control of the character, that's when time ends.
It was General.
It's General.
Oh yeah, General. Whoops.
And time.
And time.
GG, Flenn, let's go!
GG.
GG's. That was like actually a pretty nice run.
That was pretty cool. I'm proud of that. That was pretty nice.
It was actually pretty nice. Unfortunately, death on the
Unfortunate death.
back.
Yeah.
And well, in the birds RNG was also pretty bad, but that's RNG factor. Like everything
Yeah,
else, I feel like it was pretty pretty cool.
Everything under my control. That will. I think I handled pretty well.
Yeah.
Not much more you can ask for than that. Y'all got
Yeah.
any shout outs before we get you out of here?
I want to shout out the whole Midwest team for it, and thanking you for having me around. It was really fun. And shout out as well to my friends in chat as well that are coming over with the GGs. Much appreciated. My commentators and all that fun stuff. If you guys want to have some parting words.
Thank you so much for having me, Flynn. I do apologize that I've had a bit of mic issues throughout the first half of the run and probably a little bit during this one, but I'm glad we were at least able to work it out. Shout out to my buddy Gooby for thinking of a solution on the fly for me. Also, big shout out to the Mega Man X speedrunning community. If you would like to learn this run for yourself, be it X or 0, we're more than happy to help you, and you can find our link on the RTA website, where there are a bunch of Discord links for just about all the communities of the different franchises and sub-series and whatnot. And I know I'd be happy to help, as I'm sure Dante would too. Like, just ask.
Yeah.
We'll do what we
Yeah,
can
bro.
for you to get started with the game.
Yeah, like honestly,
Yeah.
if you want to learn X4, just ask, and like we will have to help you. Like there's no issue with that. And I guess a little shout out to the X4 boys like Johnny and Osio. Like part of the boys that we've been adding a lot of stuff to the run lately. So yeah, shout out to them.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, y'all. Fantastic run. Thanks for letting me sit over here and watch some Mega Man. It's always a good day when I get to watch some Mega Man. And with that, we
Right.
are going to